Hello everyone, how's it going? And welcome to a new champion to Wild Rift. Yes, I'm talking about Kassadin. Kassadin has finally been released to Wild Rift. That's it. Gates are open now. Every single ADC's life is now going to be hell. Kassadin is a mid lane assassin. He's quite weak when it comes to the early game because he is a melee champion. He doesn't have a lot of tools to him to allow him to, trade well in the early game. But once he hits level 5 and once he hits that mid and late game and once he gets the mana scaling, he can be a late game beast. He does a lot of burst damage. He has a lot of mobility. But again, comes at a cost because his early game is probably one of the weakest in the game. Maybe KO's still the weakest, but Kassadin is very, very close to that. As we look at the item build, I'm going to be showing you all the best item build, the best runes to run, and also an ability breakdown, so stay tuned for that one. Rod of Ages as the first item. Kassadin can be very, very squishy, so getting maximum health is really nice. You got ability power and also maximum mana because your ultimate uses a lot of mana, because if you use it within a certain amount of time, it uses more mana, but it increases your damage. So making sure you have a lot of maximum mana is really, really important with the build. You have your eternity passive as well, which restores mana equal to 15% of damage taken from champions, which is quite nice because you'll be diving in with Kassadin. And also you have veteran, which provides a stacking, health, mana, and also ability power, which stacks up one time every 45 seconds. So this will keep stacking as you get into the mid and also as you get into late game. Now this will need a little bit of testing, this build, because I'm not too sure if Rod of Ages is going to be enough mana, or you still might need to buy Archangel Staff on top of this as well. So not only is Kassadin super weak during the early game, but he's going to be significantly weaker because of his item build. But once these two items get online, once the Rod of Ages is fully stacked, once the Archangel Staff is fully stacked, then you're basically going to be unkillable. Archangel Staff, ability power, maximum mana again, and also ability haste. And an awesome thing about Archangel Staff is you're going to be getting more and more mana every single time you keep using abilities. So you can keep stacking abilities, you can keep using abilities, poking down the enemy champions and stacking your Archangel Staff so you can get more mana when it gets to the mid and late game. So that's really, really important. Most of the time for boots, you're going to go for Lucidity boots. You can go for Mercury treads as well. It's not that bad, because Kassadin likes to ultimate in and dive in. So if you get hit by crowd control, then Mercury treads can be really nice, but stasis is the best option. Rabadon's Death Cap for a lot of ability power. This is kind of your go-to for a lot of AP. 120 ability power. It also increases your overall ability power by 40%. Void Staff to get magic penetration. This is going to be a little bit later than other builds, so bear that in mind. You're not going to have a lot of magic penetration early on like you do maybe with some other AP champions because of the build, but again, a lot more ability power. And then we're on another con, a little bit more maximum health because you are quite squishy, more ability power, more magic penetration, and also you inflict grievous wounds to enemy champions. That means you're going to be reducing the healing and self-healing regeneration effects of the enemy champions. So this overall is going to be probably the best build. Like I said, if Archangel Staff is not needed, then what you can do is you can go for Death Cap as a second item, and you can swap this out for Lich Bane. Lich Bane is also a very good item. When you use your ultimate, it procs the Lich Bane passive. That means you can auto attack when you ultimate into melee range, so it can be really nice. So it depends. It can be this build, but it also can be this build as well. Again, it will need a little bit of testing, but there's two builds there that you can give a try. Let me know what you think is going to be best. Electrocute. Kassadin likes to do a lot of burst damage in a very, very short amount of time. This also helps his early game a little bit as well with early game trades that you can do. So really, really nice Electrocute, hitting a champion with 3 separate attacks or abilities, getting a little bit of extra damage. This can also scale quite well into the mid and late game. You can also try out Fleet Footwork because Kassadin does struggle in the laning phase, so Fleet Footwork will help you with a little bit of that healing. But I think Electrocute is the best option. Triumph is amazing. Triumph is really good because you're going to be getting a lot of takedowns with Kassadin, because you're going to be jumping around, you're going to be attacking champions a lot. You can get to restore missing health, and also you deal more damage to champions that are low on health, so it's really good. You can also go Gathering Storm if you're playing for super late game. Gathering Storm is really good because you get that scaling ability power. The next rune, again, it's very flexible. I think most of the time Nullifying Orb is going to be the best because this helps you a lot in the early game. You can go for Hunter Titan if you need to, but I think Nullifying Orb is the best option. And I think for last rune, I think Sweet Tooth is just the best because Sweet Tooth allows you to heal a little bit more during the laning phase and also allows you to get a little bit of extra gold. You can go for Hunter Genius if you want to, but I don't feel like you really need it on Kassadin. Maybe you do need it. Again, more testing will have to come, but I think Sweet Tooth is the best option for now. And then for the spells, you want Flash and Ignite. Ignite means that you can play a little bit more aggressive during the early game if you want to, or you can just take exhaust and just play very, very passive and just scale up with exhaust. Again, exhaust will help you chase down champions as well when it gets into the mid and the late game. So that is everything with Kassadin's build. Let's hop into practice mode and let's see how this bad boy Kassadin looks like. As an AD carry main, I'm very scared for Kassadin. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit scared because Kassadin is a very, very scary assassin. But he is a cool champion to play. I have to admit, he is a very, very cool champion to play. So let me just disable all of this for you guys. Let's quickly get rid of minions. Let's give ourselves 0 CD. Let's level us up as well. Make sure we are maximum level. And we'll go through all of this. Make sure we level up all our abilities. Now, I'll quickly explain to you all the things with Kassadin. You can see his ultimate now. I'm just going to use my ultimate because I can. There we go. Cool. Just so I can travel around a lot easier. Spawn a target dummy, and let's take a look at Kassadin. Now, Kassadin is very, very different to PC League of Legends Kassadin. If you think you know Kassadin from PC League of Legends, you got it wrong. Everything has changed with Kassadin on Wild Rift. And one thing that has changed is his passive. His passive is not the same as PC League anymore. His passive is now basically what you get from your first ability in PC League. So you gain a shield that absorbs magic damage for 1.5 seconds when casting an ability near a visible enemy champion. So there's a lot of things to bear in mind here. One, you need to be nearby a visible champion, which it didn't happen before. Two, you can use any ability now to get this shield. And it's only for like, I don't even know what the cooldown is. It's like a 6-second cooldown, so it's actually not even that long. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, so you can use any ability. You have to be nearby a visible champion, so it's really, really good. So you're not going to be getting the reduced magic damage like you do on PC League. So all this is that you'll see here, when I use an ability, you can see there's a little purple magic shield, and that's basically your magic shield. Kind of similar to Galio in a way. Your first ability, as you just saw, is now a skill shot. A fire's orb that deals magic damage and silences the first enemy hit. So this can be blocked by minions. This is a big thing for Kassadin. He was already very, very weak during the laning phase, and I thought this is going to be like a point and click ability like it is on PC League. But this is actually a skill shot, which makes his laning phase kind of even weaker than what it was before. So yeah, your first ability, as you can see, it also silences, which is a thing they used to have on PC League, but they got rid of it because it was so powerful. But I think now, this being a skill shot, I don't think the silence will be as powerful as what it was on PC League. But as you can see, it does do quite a lot. It does do quite a lot of damage, and your first ability is not going to help you with poke during the early game, so it can be a little bit of a struggle. Onto the second ability, Netherblade. Halves the next attack within 4 seconds. You gain 250 range, which is very similar to PC League, and you gain additional magic damage. It restores 5% of your missing health. Now, if the attack target, if the attack killed the target's Netherblade, cooldown. Oh my god, can I even read? If the attack killed the target, Netherblade's remaining cooldown is reduced by 50%. So that's all it is. So most of the time you'll use Netherblade to last hit minions because you get like the little missing health mana back, and also it reduces the cooldown. So it's really, really nice because you can get that little bit of range from your auto attacks, and the auto attack range is quite big. As you can see, Kassadin's a melee champion. When you use the second ability, look how long the attack range. Look how disgusting that attack range is. I mean, I don't even know what the cooldown is at this point of the game. When you're like in late game, I'm actually curious what the cooldown is. 6 seconds, so it's still quite a long cooldown, to be honest with you, but still, it's a crazy long range. As you can see, most of the time you can be in melee range, and then you can just do that really, really easily. Right, then we have Force Pulse. Now, Force Pulse is also different from PC League. So now Force Pulse, you can use whenever you want to. You can use Force Pulse whenever you want. As you can see, you can use it whenever you want. You do not need to stack abilities anymore. But now, stacking abilities gives it more damage. So it deals magic damage to enemies and slows them for 30% for 1 second. But Force Pulse is enhanced after 6 spells are cast nearby, dealing 60% increased damage and slowing for 90%. Now, it's important that it says after 6 spells are cast nearby. This doesn't only have to be your spells. This can be other abilities as well from other champions. So bear that in mind. When you see the little bar, you can see there's a number underneath where the third ability is. So when you see that at 6 stacks, try and use it to your advantage. Try and use it for the slows. As you can see, I'm just going to quickly use a few abilities, and you can see here that you can slow and do a lot more damage as well. But as you can see, you can keep using it as much as you want to. really, really insane. Actually, this will help him a little bit in the laning phase because you couldn't really use this as much, but really, really nice, really, really helpful. On to the ultimate now. Now the ultimate is the big one, Rift Walk. Blinks to a target location and deals magic damage to nearby enemies. The next Rift Walk casts within 12 seconds, deal 50% increased damage, but it costs 200% more mana. So I'm going to quickly put this into perspective to you. So if I put on 0% cooldown, if I keep using my ultimate over and over again, actually I think I've got, do I have anything on? Actually, I don't even know. I don't think I do. Huh. This actually doesn't seem that bad. You can see here on maximum stacks, 3 stacks, you can see how much mana it's taken up. Honestly, you might not need Seraph's Embrace. I think it might just be Rod of Ages, because you can see I can use Rift Walk so many times still, and I can still use my other abilities. And as you can see, my second ability gives me mana back, so I can keep using Rift Walk. I can use my second ability to get more mana back, use Rift Walk again. I don't think you'll need Rod of Ages. I'll be totally honest. I thought that this was going to take a lot more mana from you. Obviously, this is one less stack than what it is on PC League, but now this is very, very different. So maybe you can just go Rod of Ages into Death Cap. Again, might need a little bit of testing in game, but it's not using as much mana as what I thought. So very, very interesting indeed. And that's everything in terms of abilities. There's not really much else. Few quick tips in terms of combos. Your second ability is an auto attack reset, so you can auto attack. Oh wait, I messed that up, my mistake. I didn't auto attack first. So you can auto attack second ability and then it'll count as an auto attack straight afterwards. So as you can see, you just auto attack second ability and then you quickly attack afterwards. It becomes auto attack reset. So it's just quickly, you know, quick auto attack first ability. And then what you can do is you can combo your first ability with this as well. So you can go auto first ability. Yeah, there you go. Basically like that. The auto second ability, then use your first ability. And by the time your first ability animation is finished, you can auto attack again. So auto, second ability, first ability, auto. There you go. Really quick and easy combo there that you can use. Now, there is a full combo as well that you can use with Kassadin. Now, this is a little bit tricky to do. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's basically using your third ability, ultimate, auto Q. I basically did it there. So it's basically third ability if you're close enough to slow them, ultimate, auto attack, second ability, first ability, auto attack. I did it very, very quickly there, but you maybe didn't see it. So let me try again. Third, ultimate, auto, first ability. There we go. I kind of did it. It's very, very difficult to use. Let me do it with 0 CD so you can see it in that time as well. So let's do it again. So ultimate, third ability, auto, second ability, first ability, auto, like that. That's your basic, very, very quick combo. Again, if you're in range already, you can use your third ability as a slow if it's stacked up. So it gives you even more damage. So let me just quickly use it and then you can see. And obviously if you stack up your ultimate as well, this can also bring into effect and how much damage you do. So let's quickly see how much damage we can do with this target dummy once it's completely gone. So that, boom, 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 boom. So what's that? 2,500 damage. Not too bad. Another thing with your first ultimate as well is that if you want to stack it, you can stack it in a bush if you want to. This is a really, really cool little tip that you can do. So if you just rift walk on the spot, you can actually, stack up your first ability as much as possible. And this means that when an enemy comes nearby, you can just quickly, ultimate, third ability, auto, and do your combo like this. And you can do a lot of damage. As you can see, 2,000 damage in just 2.5 seconds. Which is kind of crazy. But again, this completely depends on, your build, what state you are during the game. And that's basically everything. Right, now let's take a quick look at the leveling order with Kassadin. Now, the leveling order is a bit interesting because normally you can go for like your first ability if you want to, but I honestly don't think your first ability is going to be that important. I think maxing your third ability is going to be the way to go in this game. I don't think second ability is going to be that good at all because it's just base damage. I think most of the time you just use this for the mana anyway, so it's not going to be that important. So I actually think it's going to be, so at level 1, you most of the time want to go for your first ability. Just to get that little bit of range. You can use this at range to try and last hit minions if you want to. Then you can decide whether to go for your second or your third ability. Your third ability can be quite nice now because you can use it pretty much whenever you want to and you can stack it up, or you can go for your second ability. This gives you more attack range, so you can just keep using that. Then you go for your third ability, and honestly I think you max your third ability. I think maxing the third ability is going to be a lot more important in this game. You get cooldown reduction, you get the mana cost goes up, which is fine, but look at that base damage increase. It gets basically tripled in damage increase, which is really, really nice. And obviously your first ability now is now a is now a skill shot. It's not a point and click. If first ability was point and click, then maybe it would have been the first ability to level up. But again, testing will have to be done for that one. But you can see that even the base damage on the first ability is quite a lot, which is why when you level up your third ability, you want to go for your first ability next. Obviously, making sure you're leveling up your ultimate when possible, and then you want to go for your second ability. So that's pretty much everything with Kassadin, I have to tell you. There's not really anything else. There's nothing really in terms of combos. Again, he's a very, very weak champion during the early game, but once you scale and once you get into the middle late game, he can be very, very powerful. I'll probably do a bit of testing on him. I'll probably play him a little bit as well, so make sure you follow my stream for that. I'll probably be streaming a little bit of Kassadin tomorrow. But yeah, as always, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for tuning into the video. Enjoy Kassadin. Enjoy jumping on people and killing them all in one shot. It's going to be very fun for me as an ADC main. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next Wilder video. Peace.